another analysis for today so that we will stay ahead of the market. Today we don't have a lot of news. The news that we have today is on 1 a.m. which is going to affect GBP, but the folder is yellow, so the news is not that impactful to the current to the pair, so we don't look at it. And then we'll go to US dollar. It also have an orange folder, ISM manufacturing PMI, so at 9 a.m. So this is going to affect, but not that much in the market. So yeah, this is the news for today, Friday 1 May, and we need to go to our charts to see what the market did from the yesterday analysis that we have analyzed. So let's go to the chart. We want to start with EURUSD. So this is EURUSD. From our yesterday analysis, we said we need a pullback to the upside direction, and this is what the market did. And we are now looking at that point so that we can see a big consolidation to the downside, maybe creating a consolidation that is going to say the market is going to decide which side it wants to take. But from now, from on Tuesday and Monday, I said that the market is going to take a bullish. It is going to buy. In yesterday's analysis, I was saying it is going to sell. But from the Friday analysis, we are going to see another downward movement here. And another downward movement, which is going to be our decision for us to say we are going to buy or to sell the market. But from my own perspective, I want to say the market is producing a buy side strength, which is more than the sell side strength. Because if you check, the volume of buyers in the markets are more than the volume of sellers. Look, the market, what it did from this point to this point. It was a movement from Tuesday to Thursday, and then Thursday only a few hours the buyers take the markets up to the upper side. So this shows that the market was just talking nonsense on Monday, Tuesday, wants to reverse to the other side, and now the market is giving us another look that we need to see, because we have said that the market is not likely wants to sell at this point. It is now at the consolidation point, but we haven't forget our analysis for this movement. We said we need a move to the upside and a move to the downside, and also a move to the upside. So now we are looking for a move to the downside. A move to the downside. This is where we are going to see if the market is going to take the sell side, but with this confirmation we are not going to see a selling pressure coming in, because we need to take this one, because we said we need this one, but the markets didn't give me like this type of the move. So now we are waiting for the market to reverse in this zone and then move to this one like this. We are waiting for the market to reverse to this zone and then we enter our buys, because the market have breaked the structure here to the upper side. Let me remove some of the things like this one. But everything is clear. So this is what I am looking for. I'm looking for a pullback, but an entry that I want is not an entry that I doesn't trust, because I need something I trust so that I can enter. It's better to risk on a setup that you trust than on a setup that you doesn't trust. Than on a setup that you don't trust, because I want something that you have more probabilities of winning than more probabilities of losing, because we also have a break of structure to the downside and a break of structure to the upside. And now we are now comparing the amount or the volume of buying power and selling power, and we say that buyers have a lot to offer than sellers. So now we are waiting for a downward movement to this demand zone so that the markets will reverse at this zone and then it will move to the upper direction, because we need a movement to the downside to confirm our movement to the upside, because now we can't say the market have a lot of pressure to the selling side, because I said we have liquidity on this zone and on this zone. We have liquidity on both of those zones and also on top, and also we are creating a lower high, because I said we need something. We are creating a lower high, because this was a higher high and a lower high, and then this will be a pullback at the zone, and then it will be a move to the direction that we want. Because yesterday I think it was a manipulation, because many people were thinking that the market is going to sell, but I said now the situation in the Middle East is not affecting the markets that much, and we are not even afraid of what is going to happen if even if the big news came, the markets won't respond to that situation anymore. But on the issue of news, the market is now respecting the news more than the conflict. So we need to look for this pullback at this zone, and then we'll consider our buys. But we also need a consolidation on the zone so that we will see if the market have a pressure on that, because we can't enter on a moving train, because if we enter on a moving train, it is going to crash us. Sometimes it is going to reverse, but we need to see the consolidation on that zone we want to enter before we can enter. We need a point to start from and to finish. So yeah, this is our analysis for EURUSD today. We are looking for that, and I think this is going to be our Friday, because the market is going to trade into this zone today, and this will be our final day of the week. So this week we finished the week without even trading the market, because the setups was not there and the structure of the market was not giving us the structure we were looking for. So we are going to find another structure maybe on Monday, but Monday opening, the markets will be filling the gaps or something. But I think the gaps that are going to be created are going to be created to the side that we want. So let's go to USD card. We want to analyze USD card. USD card, we have a downward movement, a strong downward movement at this level. So this strong downward movement shows us that the market have a lot of sellers than buyers, and I told you that this market is now at its lowest movement, because we are not able to figure out the structure of this market, because I can't see where the market is going, but it is creating big moves. So we want a structure that we can say, yes, this is the structure that we want. We can trade it, and if we trade it, we are going to likely to win, not a structure that is going to, that we have doubts on. So this one, yes, it is a good pair, but it have a very bad structure. We need something to say to confirm the setup, so that we see if we are going to trade it. But for now, it is not the type of structure that we want. We said we need this type of structure, but the market didn't give us the type of structure that we want. So we are looking for a move to the upside like this and a move to the downside, and we will take the market from there. Not this type, but the structure was also good. If we check, because I didn't check that what is going to happen. So we don't need the markets that are too toxic or too that we don't have like confidence on. We need markets that we have confidence on. So let's move to, yes, I told you on NZD we are going to receive buys, and then we receive buys, a lot of buying pressure, because I told you NZD have a lot of buy pressure, but the buy pressure is being affected with the Thursday news, because Thursday we hear that the blockage is going to continue, and on Friday they said on Wednesday the blockage is going to continue. On Thursday night they said the blockage is now free for other nations. So the markets will react to that, but we are now looking for our movement that we were looking for during Monday and Tuesday, because we said we need a movement to the upside, and we are on Thursday the market didn't give us our movement that we were looking for, and then it was just consolidation and a move without a specific structure for us to say this structure we can get something from it. Because if we can see the market break structure to the downside, this is lower than this one, this is lower than this one, so we can consider that the market is now going down, but without considering the liquidity that I was emphasizing on this one, on the higher highs, equal highs, we would trade blindly thinking that the market is going to take a downward movement, but it is going to finish on the situation which is on top, and then it will take the downward movement after, because the market will always give you the structure that is always being created, because the charts will always create a structure that it always creates. So even if you try to trade even if you try to trade the wrong structure, you are going to be induced in the wrong structure, because the market will give you a situation that you see it is an opportunity for you to trade, but actually it is not an opportunity, it is an inducement. It is forcing you to enter into a trade thinking that the market is now offering you a type of structure that you are looking for, but it is lying to you. It want you to give it the type of pressure that it wants to deliver to its actual structure, then it will move from there, and then it will be moving to its original structure. So you need to be aware of that before taking a trade. So now we are looking for a move which is going to clear the top part, the equal highs. These equal highs, there's a lot of liquidity on this part. After that, we are going to look for sales on this supply zone. This is the supply zone we want the market to start selling from, not this one. This one is an inducement, so we need a supply zone that is either here or at the furthest, maybe here. So this is the type of setup we are looking for, a movement to the upside to create this zone, and then we'll take our sell directly from here to this point. So we want it to reach that point, and then we'll take our sell right here. And then when we are taking our sell, we need the market to also create a liquidity on that zone. We need a liquidity, so the market will consolidate first, and then it will take the direction that it wants. We'll wait again for it to finish the consolidation, because before the market move, even if you see everywhere, when the market wants to move to a certain direction, it creates liquidate and move. So we are also going to look for that, a section where the markets will be liquidating buyers and sellers, and then we'll take the trade when the market finish liquidating so the zone. So we are looking for the markets to continue delivering to this target, and after the market delivers to the target, we wait for the markets to liquidate, and then when the markets liquidate a certain area, it will deliver. So we need to know where the market is going to deliver and why the market is moving there. You need to know why are you thinking that the markets are going there. So for now, we are thinking that the markets are going to move to the downside because the markets started moving to the upper side without finishing liquidating the downward movement. Because if this NCT USD reaches this zone, this is where I can say yes, we are likely to see a continuation to the upper side, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. But now there is imbalances at this zone. So this imbalance will attract the markets to come back to it, because the markets are always attracted to the imbalances, because imbalances are the things where the markets wants to feel mostly. We have imbalance right here, and we also have a fair value gap here. So there are some of the things that the markets wants to liquidate, and then it will move to its direction. So we are looking for that. This is why we are saying we need a downward movement. We need a downward movement. Let's go to daily. We need to analyze both the 4-hour and the daily. Yes. On that, under the daily market, we are able to see that the market was just reversing, and now it is continuing its way to reach the area that it wants to reach, and then it will reverse to fill all the imbalances, and then it will move to a certain direction. We are not worried about the direction that it will move after. We're only worried about the direction that we think we are going to catch. So this is it for NZD USD. We said we need a movement to the upside. We have the movement to the upside from this zone to this zone, and we don't want to trade that one, because all this zone I can be able to trade them, but I don't want to trade them because they are opposing the real direction the market wants to take. So if you oppose the market's direction, the market is going to take out your stop losses, and then it will reach your break even. And if you try to oppose the trend, you are going to be a loser in the markets. You are going to give more money to the market. So, but if you try to trade with the trend, so that you can be a friend of the trend, not someone who cause a conflict with the trend, it's going to be hard for you to get some profitable setups. So this is it for NZD USD. We are going to AUD. AUD, I said we need a movement to this one, but it didn't even created any consolidation at the zone, so that it will continue, it will move to the downside. So we are not even considering to check on what is happening to AUD USD. So we need to see GBP. Yes, GBP, yes. We are checking on it. GBP, yes. GBP is now buying with a lot of pressure. We said this is a zone where the market is going to retest and then move to the upside. And I think I missed this one, because this one was a good movement, but I missed this one yesterday. I didn't even check the markets. So we are going to analyze again on Monday, because today we can't see the markets going to give us a trade right here. We are not going to see the markets give us a trade right here, but the movement was nice. So we go to NZT card, a retest, and this is not what we are looking for. This is not what we are looking for, and this was never in my plan to say the market was going to give us that type of downward movement. So the structure, the narrative, and the type of the liquidity and the supply and demand zone, all these stuff were disrespected with the movement of the market. So we are not going to consider it. We are not going to consider it. AUD card, no. ETC, no. USD, yes. I told you we need a movement to the upper side. This is my analysis for gold. He said we need a movement to the other side yesterday, and the market did give us a movement to the other side. So this will be our lower high. So the markets will liquidate at this point and then continue moving down. So at this point, I'm likely to be more confident than trying to trade on this zone, because this zone was very scary, because there was liquidity on this one when there's liquidity on top, but now the markets are going to reach maybe this zone, not this one, this zone, and after moving to this zone, it will create a liquidity pool right here, and then it will move to the downside to liquidate at the demand zone, because the markets will always reach this type of areas. So this is the area that I look for. So so the markets are going to reach this direction, but we are now looking for a movement to the upside for the markets to finish its liquidation process, and then it will reverse. So this is our analysis for gold, and we are now going to USD JPY, a very sharp downward movement. USJPY, a very sharp downward movement, and we don't know why and what causes this downward movement on JPY yesterday. So we are now moving to Euro AUD. Euro AUD, I said we need a pullback right here, but the market didn't give us that pullback. It just give a straight downward movement. So we are not considering it, because it is disrespecting all our analysis. So we are going to see maybe GBP AUD did respect our analysis. Yes, GBP USD, I think it respected our analysis. AUD, it disrespected. Euro AUD, it disrespected our analysis. So this is what we are going to say. Yes, maybe, but we need a movement to this zone, not a week, because we can say the area was, we can say that the area was consolidated by a week. A week is just it's just a sign that buyers were there and sellers was also there, and this created a long week, because between buyers and sellers, the other one was weaker than the other one. So either buyers were weak and then sellers take the market, or sellers were weak and then buyers take the markets. So, but there was volatility in that time frame, but one of the other was then weakened with the other one, and then created a long week. But we need a right movement with the candles, not the week, that is going to say yes, the market's reached the point, and then we'll see a consolidation. Then we take the market right from there to the area that we said we want the markets to reach. So this is the type of consolidation that we are looking for. This will be our head, and then our left shoulder, and then we need our right shoulder right from here, so that we can say, yes, this is the type of movement that we want. Head, shoulder, shoulder, and then our movement. So GBP have a great potential to give us a right setup. GBP have a great potential to give us the right setup, and I think many people have been induced with this pair. Many people have induced with this pair. We go to card CHF. Card CHF, we also have a very strong downward movement, and this was not in our analysis, and we are not going to look at it. And this one was in our analysis in the Tuesday and Monday analysis. We said we need a movement to fill in this gap, and then the market is going to retest right here. If you can say, this line was here, so this is the area that I think that the market is going to give us a downward movement right from here. So we need to see another pullback to the upside direction and consolidation at this zone. Then we say that this zone is very strong, and then we will look for the market, and then we will see if the market is going to give us this movement. After this movement, this movement, after this movement, this movement. This is the type of movements that we need for our GBP NZD, and the market, I think they are going to give us this type of movement. They are going to give us this type of movement. I have a great confidence on it. I have confidence on this movement. I have confidence on this movement that the markets are going to give us this type of movement. So GBP NZD, we need a movement to the upside, and then we'll take our trade right from this point. After some consolidation, we need a consolidation. But if the markets just move to the upside, we can say no, the markets are not going to turn. So we need these two things: liquidation and then a movement. Liquidation and then a movement. Liquidation and then a movement. So on Euro NZD, the movement was very correct. The movement was very correct, but I missed the trade yesterday. I didn't look at the charts and I was busy, so we didn't even get any chance to trade. But from what my analysis is showing me, we are having a good market. We are having a good market movement, and the structure we said we want is the exact that the market have given us. So this is a good thing to see that the market respected your analysis. Now what you are looking for is just a place where you want to enter a trade. So Euro NZD was good, and also GBP NZD is also good, but it needs a pullback and then we enter. But this one was good, and it was very quick movement. But we also have an imbalance also on top. So for our next trade, we need to see the markets going back and then going down, not this type of movement. Maybe it is going to struggle to move to here, but it is going to deliver to the downside movement. But this was good, but the markets are likely to continue moving down to this area. It is continuing moving down to this area, but it is obviously taking a move to the upside, but we are not worried about that. And then we go to GBP card. GBP card, I said we need this type of movement, a move to the downside and a move to the upper side after clearing all the liquidity. So this movement is solid, but we have this area and this area and this area. The market is no longer reaching this one, but this area the market will reach it. But our analysis is saying that we need to enter right here, and then our stop loss will be right here. But for now we are not going to enter because we need to see a movement to the upside, and then we enter at that move. Yes, we enter at that movement, because if we go to 1 hour, the market have a lot of potential for it to move to the upper side before it will move to the downside. We need a movement to the up, a small movement to the upper side before it will move to the downside. So maybe at this point, yes. So this is it for this video. I'm going to say we are going to look at the markets on weekend when the markets are going closed for our recap. So I will update you on where the markets have left and where the markets are going to go on Monday, but we are going to have a weekend recap maybe on Saturday or Sunday, but obviously on Saturday. So this is it, but these are the type of analysis for these currencies. So we are taking trades on the pace that we said we are able to take. We are able to take the entry that the market is giving us. So like this one, GBP card have a good entry. GBP NZD, if the market reverses to this point, have a good entry. We have also GBP AUD. After the market moves to the downside consolidation, we have a good entry. We go to gold. Gold also have a good entry if the markets move to the upper side, like what it is doing now. The market is moving to the upper side, and then we will take after it finishes the consolidation. And then we have NZD USD. No, not NZD USD. US card, not US card. Euro. I think Euro. We are also looking for a movement to the downside, and then we'll continue the market to the upper side. This is what we are looking for, a movement to this zone, so that we'll continue to take the market up like this. So this is it for this video. See you on the market recap during the weekends, and then on the Monday market analysis. We are going to look again on what the markets have opened at, and if it have created some jumps, we highlight them so that we are able to find good structures that we can trade with confidence. So this is it.